We do know that, and we've seen that in the joint statements in the morning with Netanyahu and Federica Mogherini. There are a lot of differences between the two sides. There are a lot of differences, also a lot of common interests. What's more in the agenda, the pros or the cons?
Well, I suspect probably the cons, although Netanyahu will want to make the pros part of his agenda. That's always, as you know, Jonathan, part of his talking points, both in his speeches here in Israel and on his many trips abroad, what Israel can do to contribute and what Israel is doing to contribute to international security, in this case, European security, to take the notion of Israel beyond the conflict, beyond the issue of Iran, and put it into issues of innovation, a constant theme of Netanyahu's talks.
Spoke about it quite a lot
again today, again, not surprising, and again, cooperation in security and intelligence. As Eduardo said, making plain the differences over Jerusalem. But don't forget, Jonathan, as you and I both know, I think one of Netanyahu's goals, and we spoke about this earlier this morning, Israel time, one of his goals actually in this meeting is to, I think, generate tension. Netanyahu, again, we heard the foreign ministry on background talking about Netanyahu on this trip going into the lion's den. You don't walk into a lion's den to lie down and be eaten by the lions. And I suspect Netanyahu will want and has a goal to move into this meeting and to show the European foreign ministers, and more importantly, to show his political base here at home and show the Israeli public that he is fighting for Israel, and he'll want to be seen as fighting for Israel in the international arena, fighting, we should say, against, in his view, a set of European leaders, and particularly a European Union and its institutions that on many, many issues Netanyahu sees as being aligned against Israel.
Hypocrisy, that was the word used in Israel this week to look at the European reaction to Donald Trump's announcement.